Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or one of the channels. This is Jay, and I thought we would do a fun little unboxing of some Bright House Scents wax melts that came in the mail this week. A little sad news, as you're probably aware, like most international businesses, shipping to the US right now is highly expensive. So she's not currently shipping, but this got to, I think I've ordered this last Saturday, not last Saturday, but a week ago Saturday when she released a bunch of her fall stuff. So we're going to take a look at what we get. This is the bottom of the box, and we have a sample. We have scent notes on the sample, which is good because for a while her website was down. So, another sample. We have a lot of samples. So I bought six. I bought six clams. I think they're about this. Whoa. Like, all the samples. Goodness. I feel like I should have paid for the samples at this point because there's like a billion samples. So let's look at the things I paid for and then look at the samples. Lennox will supervise the samples. Why is there a cat in my video? Because there's always a cat in my video. If you are a fan of my other channel where I live stream crafty stuff, you would know that he is always on the channel. And in the it's interesting because in the actual website pictures, these all look to be this sort of orangey, brownish. Our camera is crooked. Let's fix that. There we go. Orangey brownish color, but they're much more varied in real life, which is cool. So I think I'm gonna like all of these because I'm a fall person. So we'll start with Autumn Days. Love the labeling. Very clear and easy to read. Juicy apples, leaves, cinnamon, pine cones, and apple cider. And we'll see how strong or not strong these smell. Ooh, I really get the cider. Yeah, it's cider with leaves in the background, basically. Sir, can you move your head, please? If this continues. And we have a little bit of something on here that is red. Not sure what that is. I don't know if that's fragrance oil or decoration, but really nice. So it's the juicy apple and the mixes with the cinnamon, and you get a really cidery note. So it's very all apple all the time. A lot of these are all apple all the time because I do love apples. I love other things as well, but mix things up and look at Cherry Berry Patch, which is black cherry, which is one of my favorite things. Juniper, berries, and birch. Birch is also one of my favorite scents. I'm guessing that is bling because this one has sparkly bling on it too. There we go. Ooh, I am happy, happy. So cherry, I smell more birch than cherry, which really makes me happy. That is really nice. So you really get the juniper. I don't get so much. I get a lot of cherry and a lot of birch, which is what I was hoping for. I was hoping it would be more. And you get some of the balsam and the balsam and the birch kind of go together. Sir, just because your treats come in bags like this doesn't mean you have to sniff every single one. Anyway, he's helping. And then we move on to pumpkin bourbon donuts, which I'm thinking is going to be pumpkin spice with bakery, given the notes. We'll see. Yeah, it's exactly think cider donut. It's very cider donut, but then it has sort of a dark bourbony base. I don't know if there's any wood. Yeah, you get the vanilla and the vanilla bourbon is kind of the base on that. These are really well blended. They're they remind me of trying to think like both imaginary authors and who makes perfumes and clones and that kind of thing and personal fragrance. I guess this is personal fragrance too, but you know what I mean, like sprayable fragrance. And also Chanel's Platinum Egoist, which is like the grown-up version of Abercrombie Fierce, which is my favorite scent ever. Autumn Evenings. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you can basically smell all the notes independently, but they blend together really well. So it's more like you sort of made a soup out of a bunch of stuff you cooked separately, where you can see them independently and together. And we have leaves and apples, and I'm hoping this will be. I'm still looking for a good dupe for Bath and Body Works leaves. This is a pretty good dupe for Bath and Body Works leaves. You get the leaves, and you get and you get the apples, and you get the cinnamon. So that sort of spicy leaves is almost like a musty note, like if you're in the forest later in the fall. I mean, we don't have I'm in Wisconsin. We don't have leaves. I don't know if Mel watches this and you're in Canada. Tell me if you have leaves that are colors that are not green by this point. I can't get over how many cents are in here. I should like send her money or something or for the samples. I feel bad. Anyway, Dutch apple cider, which a lot of people have said really good things about. Um, I'm assuming it will be apple cider. What are the other notes that aren't? Yeah, it's apple cider and mulling spices basically are the notes. Hmm. I get the cinnamon. I get the apple. Something a little unexpected in the background. I think it's the ginger. There's a ginger note on here too, I think. Yeah, the ginger is kind of an unexpected note because it's more apple pie. One of my grandmothers made apple pie with quite a bit of ginger. Anyway, pumpkin chai is the last one, which is also one of my favorite things. And I'm assuming this will smell like a pumpkin spice latte, but we'll see. Creamy pumpkin chai cinnamon. Yeah. I'm surprised cinnamon and not like just pumpkin spice. Because one of the other ones had pumpkin spice as a note. Yeah, you get the latte, the creamy latte-ness, I guess. Like the chai, it's like a creamy chai. It's like chai with milk kind of a chai. So, if you like that, hopefully we can buy these again because these are all smell spectacular now. I will, as I worm through these, I'll let you know. But let's look at the bajillion samples that the cat's been supervising. So just to count, one, two, three, four, five, six, so there's 8 samples, and the samples are like 2 cubes, which would be what I would worm. Some people worm more wax than that, but that's you know a third of one of these. Often she'll provide tests that she's been doing on different wax formulations, so it's kind of a nice thing. You feel kind of part of the process as well. Um, Oh, here's my last one. Which one had pumpkin spice in it? Not this one. Just to go down a rabbit trail. I think this one had no. Yeah, the pumpkin donuts has pumpkin spice as an actual note. So I'm curious how this smells after just smelling the chai. And feel free to listen to this as a podcast if you don't want half the frame being my cat. Let's see. Cinnamon bread at the cafe. What would I think that would smell like? I would think yeastiness, cinnamon, like a sweet cinnamon, probably. Less herbal. French bread. Oh, and allegedly Mel's really good at breads, which are sometimes hard to find as a scent. But let's see. If so, I'm intrigued. Yeah, you really get a frosting note. I get more frosting than bread. Like if you think of like a frosted cinnamon bread, I think why am I getting frosting? I think the caramel coffee is giving me frosting. I'm getting cinnamon, a slightly sweet cinnamon buttercream more than a bread thing. But we'll see. Some of these are obviously do differently when you heat them up. We have Cashmere pear. Ooh, this sounds. I really like pear, and I haven't been able to find a good pear wax melt. If you know of one, maybe this will be a good one. Oh, this is fantastic. This smells. Have you ever had those Harry and David Royal Riviera pears? It's that kind of a pear. It's like a very ripe pear. He fell asleep. I'm so boring with my Harry. He's back to just investigating craft supplies. But this is fantastic. I'm hopefully they'll work out shipping. Like I would pay to custom order a bunch of this because this is really good. I'll have to email her. Crunch cake at the cafe. Snickerdoodle crunch cake. So I'm assuming this will be really cinnamony and sweet. Like a snickerdoodles, at least the ones I've had, are much more like, yeah, it smells exactly like a snickerdoodle. Yeah, I get cake. It's more cakey than cookie-y, but it's really nice. Like if you like a bakery cinnamon, this is a really good bakery cinnamon. Oh, and they're cute little roses. Roses. Hello. But I think the pear is the best thing I've smelled today, honestly. Coconut woods, but it might make have a run for its money. What are we supposed to smell like? There are a lot of notes. Here you can read them, but amber, coconut, woods, all the jazz. Except they're like 15 notes. And this is why I'm not a perfumer. Oh, that's really good. So you get like a very fresh coconut, like not cream of coconut, but very much like you cracked open a coconut, like more of a coconut water. Even though it says coconut cream, I get more. You definitely get the vanilla musk in the background. And you get it's more of it's a vanilla-y woods, like with the tonka bean. So, anyway, there's amber and a bunch of other stuff in here. But you can pause the video because, uh, like people who enjoy fragrance, like, it's kind of like people who enjoy cooking. Pumpkin zucchini bread. Ooh. Zucchini bread is something I do have a really strong childhood memory from because one of my grandmothers made it. So we'll see how this goes. Bread, pumpkin spice, pumpkin crunch cake, and Amish cinnamon bread. That's an interesting blend. But I hope it smells. Yes. No, this is really right. There's more cinnamon now than I'd expect. It's heavier in spice than in quick bready goodness. So, but you get both of them a lot. So, really good. Oh my goodness, so much fun stuff. I'll be sad when these are done. Starfruit and aloe. This seems very spa-like in the name. Starfruit, which one of my mother's friends from Florida has a starfruit tree. So most of the time when they're down in Florida, we can, get starfruit if they're in season, and I think the tree produces almost all the time. I mean, it goes in cycles, but it's not super seasonal. I seem to remember when we were down in the winter, we were able to get some. Anyway, but starfruit's mostly sweet. So I'm thinking like sweet. There's some hibiscus in here, some guava. In the notes, it sounds more coconut. The notes sound more tropical fruit versus starfruit specifically. So that'll be interesting. I mean, obviously, you can name these whatever, and everybody is different. Oh, this is interesting. So I get none of the notes, and what I get is like banana boat sunscreen, like that kind of a sort of a mellow tropical coconut. I get a lot of coconut. I think as I continue to smell this, as I smell it more, I get more of the fruit. But initially, I get like sunscreen, which again is really nice. I think the violet leaves are the thing that's sort of making it feel more body care to me than like, you know, I don't know, like a drink one would have. Oh, I guess our assistant is leaving. Whoa, maybe he isn't. Were you sitting on top of a sample and hiding it from me? I think that's true. Well, well, that's convenient. What did we? Blue raspberry sunrise, blue raspberry, and tequila sunrise. That sounds really good. Um, and blue raspberry is one of my favorite things, particularly like slushy blue raspberry. Uh, One of the other folks on YouTube, Happily Scented Life, is a Rhode Island resident. So you remember the slush puppy slushies? That's what I remember. I don't get this. This is a much more like a less flavoring syrup kind of blue raspberry. It has more raspberries, but you definitely get sort of the citrus from the tequila sunrise in the background. So it's a really nice combo. It smells like a drink you'd like to be having. And then did we look at this? No, we didn't look at Zia's Cozy Kitchen. Cinnamon clove, cinnamon, coconut milk, meringue, scorched meringue. So we're thinking sort of a toasty marshmallow. It's interesting because I hate marshmallows in real life. Like there would be on my list of things I would not want to eat ever. But in actual fragrance, I like it because it can sort of round off the harsher edges. There's a really good like marshmallow latte, pumpkin marshmallow latte or something like that from Bath and Body Works last year that I bought way too much of in the body wash because it is just such a nice fragrance. Yeah, I get a toasty coconut and spice. I'm not really picking up a specific spice. I guess in terms of strength, nothing has smelled weak to me. Everything has smelled basically like what it's supposed to. So I would say 10 out of 10 for that. And of all the samples, like there's nothing I don't like here. So like usually I rank them into I guess I can rank I guess I'm not going to bother ranking the bars because they're all basically I would buy them again, but let's rank our samples and see what I would put in a me to definitely buy, maybe buy or not buy. Um the pear was the best thing. So cinnamon bread at the cafe I'd put in my very good, but I don't know. Can you move your fuzzy bits? So I'd put this in the middle. It's very much what it is, but I'm much more of a spice and woodsy person, which you may not have got because I bought a bunch of like pumpkin cake stuff. Fall is an exception because zucchini bread and pumpkin rolls and pumpkin muffins and all that stuff I love. But I think that's because they're spicy. I would put this in my definitely would buy the zucchini bread. Kind of mad I didn't now. Snickerdoodle I would also put in this. Are you going to bloop? Okay. Now we can use our whole area. So I would put Snickerdoodle in the middle. I'm sure I will enjoy it. I don't know that it would be a thing that I would necessarily be like, oh my God, I need that. Starfruit and Aloe would put in the same. A little lower, maybe. This one, I think, again, I will enjoy it, but it's not a scent I would like go for. Blue raspberry definitely goes in the I'd pick it up because it's great. I really like Zia's Cozy Kitchen, which is unusual because I'm not that into bakery. Coconut Woods was exceptional. Do we have like an exceptional pile? We don't. Let's move it down because really we don't need the I would never buy this pile because I would buy all this stuff. It's just I think some of these they aren't quite my sense. I would likely buy in specific situations, right? And I think the pear, yeah, this cashmere pear is the best. If she's able to ship it to the US, everyone should buy cashmere pear. Actually, both of these. You should buy both of these. Although coconut woods, I know people who are not coconut fans, but look at all the fabulousness. And here's hoping that the tariff situation gets sorted out for both Mel and other small business owners. So, anyway, thanks for checking it out. Talk to you guys later.